Welcome to Pops and Pylons. Let's play some Europa Universalis 4. We're playing as Genoa for a custom campaign that is gonna end up, well, if we manage to hold onto our campaign in the Master of India achievement, but it has a whole bunch of custom rules. It is a probably pretty long campaign as suggested by bisaVCI in the comments, and it is, well, I have some reservations, not about the campaign itself, but about the length of it, because we have a new DLC coming up sometime in the future. A date has not been announced yet, Leviathan. And of course, when Leviathan comes out, I want to do Leviathan content. I want to do new Leviathan achievements, play in the regions, reworked in there, and so on. So it's a bit difficult for me to choose a campaign of the right size right now. This might drag into Leviathan territory, but I guess then I just have to record 2 campaigns at once, won't I? Huh. Poor me. Anyway, we're going into a Genoa campaign which ends in Master of India, and the essential clue to the whole thing is that we're not going into the whole colonial game shenanigans stuff. You know what? Trade is great right now. We are the wealthiest trade node in the world. We're very strong in that trade node, and that's great. All the stuff from the Middle East is somehow, well, a lot of the stuff from the Middle East and further is flowing nicely into Genoa, and we're distributing it to the rest of the world and becoming very wealthy doing that. That whole thing is at threat. Already the English Channel is a serious competitor over here, almost having as much money as we do, and colonization is going to come up and hurt us a lot. Now we could try to jump on that game and fight the colonizers, fight them on the seas, maybe colonize ourselves or something, but honestly, that's not our way. Always the land, and we keep to our trade routes from over here. We want our stuff coming in from Persia and from India. That's what we're doing, Master of India, more or less the land route. When I do say the land route, I mean, yeah, sure, we might take a boat from Ragusa to Genoa, so we skip those filthy Venetians over here, but otherwise, really looking for land. Let me just jump over to the rules that bisaVCI wrote, because they're pretty well put. Even starts with a nice little introduction. Genoa is uniquely situated at the beginning of the game. They have a trade league just like Lubeck, but they also have their Crimean and Anatolian holdings. Also, the Italians used to enjoy their wealth primarily due to their prime position in the Mediterranean to supply most of Germany and France with spices and silk, and this is under threat by England at the end of the 1700s and their India Company. I feel like the threat might even come earlier. Rules. Start as Genoa, go for Master of India. Restrictions: do not join the whole colonial game. Stay true to your Mediterranean fleet, mostly focused on trade boats, galleys, and cogs. So it doesn't say we don't get to build heavies, but it does say we should focus on smaller ships. Do not take any province that is connected via non-coastal open ocean. So taking Alexandria, connected via the Mediterranean, which is not open ocean, is fine. Taking adjacent provinces is also fine, but taking Iceland or Brazil is not. Open ocean is defined as an area of ocean where galleys would not get a combat bonus. So if we look here, all of this is inland sea, galleys will get a bonus. If it doesn't say inland sea, I must not own a province connected only through that kind of water. So I cannot take the Azores. Are these the Azores? Probably not. These are the Azores. I cannot take the Azores. What are you? Madeira, maybe? I don't know. Either way, so inland sea is fine, non-inland sea is a problem. Prefer to expand where connected land instead of island hopping, even when island hopping is legal. Remember, shipping used to be dangerous and pirates are always a concern when shipping troops, supply, or even administrators in World Sea. So we are trying to not ship when we can avoid it. Make sure your trade node Genoa is the most wealthy trade node in the world after 1500. It is so right now, but we have to keep it that way. It can drop below wealthiest before 1500, I guess. But as soon as we have 1500, we have to be the wealthiest trade node and stay that way. Maintain that fact until you finish the campaign. Do not move your trade capital. Do not use your trade posts in open sea trade nodes. North Sea, White Sea, Caribbean, Ivory Coast, Chesapeake Bay, Gulf of St. Lawrence, Cape of Good Hope, Polynesian Triangle, and Sevilla. Sevilla is an open sea trade node. I mean, I guess, somewhat. Do not take Norway as a vassal of personal union. That's a game rule because of the colonist. Do not expand in the Sevilla, Bordeaux, English Channel, North Sea trade nodes. We're going to get our wealth the classical approach. So we're doing good, honest competition. We're not stealing their stuff. I'm going to expand that to not pirating their stuff either. There might be places we could pirate even with this rule set. Not in open sea trade nodes, but in other ones, like if we had to pirate all the American coastal nodes, maybe. Well, we can't do Chesapeake Bay. I don't know if there are many left from the list. But either way, we're not going to use pirate boats to steal people's stuff. We're going to make good, honest trade. And we're going to show the world that land-based trade and the India route to the east, or from the east, I guess, is just better than what all these colonizers are doing, right? I'm also going to add an additional rule of myself, just a tiny one. I will not give up our overseas, well, our non-Italian holdings. We have the Aegean Islands over here, Lesbos, Lesbo, I guess. We have Kaffa and Matrega over here in Azov, helping our trade in Crimea. And we're going to keep those. We're going to try to keep those, because I'm sure some neighbors here already have their eyes on this stuff. Oh, Mr. Ottoman? That's obviously not going to be trivial. We can try to befriend the Ottomans for a while. Maybe get it done that way, or find some powerful friends. Otherwise, the predicts from Mr. O. But he's gonna be a problem. I think at first we're looking at trade. We're going to try not. Well, we're not going to try to grab stuff from Constantinople and move it into Ragusa, and then through Ragusa into Genoa instead of having it flown to Venice. That will be hopefully our final route. So we can go either Aleppo, Constantinople, or even Crimea, Constantinople, Ragusa, Genoa. With the whole idea being focusing on land-based trade, right? And this is more land-based than going by Alexandria and then Tunis into Genoa. But for now, we're not forbidding from doing the other one, and at first I think we have to. Because we're already tremendously under threat. We're at 13.8 ducats. English Channel is at 13.3 without any colonies going on. This is just going to get worse. So we need to get that money flowing in there. And we might even have to focus on steering trade for a while more than we're focusing on actually collecting. So maybe our trade fleet will start having to will have to start steering from Alexandria quite soon. Not now though. For now I'm going to protect in Genoa. I believe my three merchants are already busy. 3 merchants, yes, because we're Genoa. And I can never click on the right button here. There we go. I say that's because of Genoa. Why do I have 3 merchants? Oh, because we're a merchant republic, I assume, or I have plutocracy as reform. Yeah. All right. So Genoese ideas. What do? We are better at trading. Woo. But note that trade efficiency, at least I believe, does not help us to steer trade to our node. It just helps us to make more money out of the trade we have. Money is good, but it's not going to help with our ultimate goal. We pay less interest. It would. I mean, I don't take a lot of loans. This makes it more interesting to take loans, but I still don't like taking loans. So, meh. Pay a little less for our ships, so I guess that's even more money. Okay. It's cheaper to justify trade conflict wars. Civility cost modifier. More of navies. If we do have to fight on the seas, this is going to be huge. 20% is a lot. More sailors, more trade power abroad. Now there's an important one. Cheaper galleys. Well, if we have to keep the power in the Med, let's well do it with galleys, I guess. More taxes. That's a very weak modifier here. Naval force limit and shipbuilding. That's a very, very ship-focused. Not particularly interesting and not at all focused on combat, which we're going to have to do if we're going to become master of India and control the land route there. And also not focused at all on actually taking land, no admin efficiency, anything. So, that's not the best set of ideas here. Looks like a good set for trade game, but for our case here, it's really not. What else? We have a bunch of Orthodox provinces and even a Sunni province, which is filthy. Our unity. Religious unity is garbage because of that. We have essentially no way of converting these people right now, so we won't. But as good Italians, we will. In due time. I did send out my barks, didn't I? I have a few galleys and cogs here, which we don't currently need. I guess I'm just going to mothball them all for now. And we have 9,000 infantry. I mean, we have a strong start for an Italian miner. And we probably have a decent way of eating our way into some neighbors. Do we get any claims or cores? Nothing. Nothing over here, nothing over there. I do believe that our first and primary mission has to be to not die to Mr. O here. Or not lose our land to Mr. O. Mr. O is not at all interested in allying me. They don't like me, they're hostile towards me. Minus 113 because they want my provinces, hey? I think the friendly thing, not gonna work out. How do we find a friend that helps protect me against the big green menace? That's not true. A lot of people want to ally me, but most of these people don't care. One of these people is France, though. And while this is gonna drag me into the English war, I don't think I mind too much. I mean, I'd rather not be in the English war, but it's unlikely that we get punished for being in the war. So let's ally France immediately. And then look for another friend tomorrow. Wait, I can't do anybody else. Who is in the list though? Mr. Popman. It's interesting. They do punch over their weight. But then they're not very weighty, are they? Mulhouse? No, there's a heavyweight. Now we're starting to get into areas where it's not as clear-cut. Hungary. No, Hungary certainly has a common enemy with us. And Mr. O. Speaking of, can we rival Mr. O? Rival a lot of people, but not Mr. O. Could rival Byzantium. Now there's a choice. What would be the idea behind? I mean, I see two potential ideas behind rivaling Byzantium as I look. No, I do look at them. One is, we could try and take Byzantine land. We have the ability to fabricate here. And maybe to try and take even Constantinople from them. Before Mr. O does. It seems unlikely that we will. But it is an option. It would be great if we could. The other, and that is, the whole idea behind that is that we already have Mr. O as our high-powered enemy. We need to protect against them anyway. If we fail our mission anyway. So why not take Constantinople from them? Or take it before they can even have it. Now Austria, oh, they don't want because we're allied to the French. That's fine. I'm wondering if Hungary is a decent ally. I mean, they have 18,000 people, it's not nothing. Who are they likely to get into a tussle with? I mean, Mr. O, obviously. What I'm really looking for is to have so many numbers behind me that the green blob here does not actually dare to attack me. Unfortunately, if I ally Hungary, then we might just get dragged into a war there anyway, because I'm sure, yep, they wouldn't mind eating Hungarian tonight. So rather than being in a spot where I can use Hungary to defense, I might get called into war to defend Hungary, and then my land would just get taken for nothing. Assuming that Hungary doesn't find proper friends. That's difficult. What about the big M down here? They're not very into us. Which I don't like. Is it really... I mean, I'm gonna give it a day here. Did I give it a day already? I didn't. Also, I didn't finish. Let's finish other things first. Let's see if we can rival somebody. I'm gonna rival the Byzantines. Byzantines? Yes. Because either we're gonna eclipse them and gonna get some free power protection from that when Mr. O eats them, or we're gonna get to eat them. And either way is great. Now what about in Italy? I would be interested to munch up Lucca. It would be awesome. I'm actually interested enough in doing that I'm going to immediately send out a guy to build a spy network. Even though it means it takes me another few days to find another ally. But not dynastic covert, there we go. Lucca's a great place to expand into for us. I would love to have it. You'd love to see it. What else? Montferrat would be okay to expand into. Oh yeah, vassal of Savoy though, so maybe not. Obviously expanding in the HRE is a bit of an issue. We're gonna leave the HRE, I assume, very soon with the Shadow Kingdom stuff, but not immediately. So for a while we're gonna have to deal with Emperor asking asking for me to return land and all that, which I'd rather not do. What about Theodoro? You have none friends. I know I'm jumping all over the place here. I was about doing rivals and now I'm looking at expansion opportunities again. But I do want to expand to places and Theodoro might be another place. It'll take us some time to make enough claims to be able to declare wars where we want to. But I guess that's going to have to be fine. So who are other opportunities here? Provence might be an option, but they tend to ally the French, don't they? They're already allied to the French, so that might hurt our French relations. So I'd rather not do that. Florence, certainly an option. They tend to be disbarred. No, what's it called? Excommunicated by the Pope. And people tend to not like them for that. So maybe that's fine. They're already full of... Is everybody already full on rivals? No, but most people are pretty set. I should look at the use of rivalry to find a friend. What about Aragon? You almost like me. And Aragon is not a long-term friend, obviously, because they will most likely get dragged into some Iberian wedding or another. But for now, you could be a friend. You're not rival to France. They're rival to Hungary, so it means I can't do Aragon and Hungary. But maybe that's okay. So who are your rivals? Hungary, Morocco, and Burgundy. I don't think any of those are on my rival list, are they? Fortunately, no. Because that would help make these guys like me. Alright. Your friends are just France. It's not even France, never mind. Just the Nepalese subject there. Yeah, it would mean not allying Hungary. Maybe that's okay. Still doesn't tell me I want a rival. Maybe give rivalries a few days to shake out. I don't think we're in a super big hurry to do that right now. We have no power protection anyway. That'll be okay. Alright, how's money looking? We're making tons of dosh. That might go down, tends to go down at the start of the game, or change at least. But still, I think we have enough dosh to invest a bit. in advisors, in probably a bigger army. I think I'm going to go to force limit immediately. I don't have tons of money lying around though, so maybe not. But I want to look strong to be even more of a deterrent to the Ottoman. I do want to increase my navy to full size. Let's build 2 boats. Let's look at this. Oh, we don't have any estates, right. Well, that's good and bad, isn't it? We're just a republic. We're not a merchant republic. So we don't have any limits on our own size. That's good. We would have to swap out of merchant republic if we wanted to take all of India. We might still have to get out of republic, honestly, because they tend to not be very absolute. And absolutism tends to be very nice to take a lot of land. Nice age. Republic. Right. Our government reform, rank 1, gives us what? All estates, loyalty, merchant republic mechanics. We have factions. We are a merchant republic. Oh, why didn't I see that here? Maybe they changed how merchant republics work at some point. I don't even see that limit on land anymore. I feel like I read something about it too. I'm gonna have to read up on it. Either way, we are a merchant republic. I mean, it makes a lot of sense for Genoa to be that. We can place trade posts, we can form trade leagues, and we can create a trading city. I believe we do already have a trade league, don't we? No, we do not. Just allied to France. Who can I invite to a trade league? I mean, nobody right now because I don't have any people, diplomats, but surely this is there. Having a trade league will also help us defend. Wait, I can invite France to my trade league? No. Why are they even in this list? Come on, game. So we don't have to deal with those. We have to deal with factions instead, which I'm not a fan of. I'd rather do estates, honestly. These things are... ugh. There's always one of them in charge. And when they're in charge, we get a specific modifier. Here we get less trade power abroad. Bad overall for us in the future. So we don't want the aristocrats in charge in the long run. But right now they give me 5 more of armies, so maybe that's okay. Global trade power is going to help. And yeah, the traders is what we're going to look at in the future. We can spend 10 dip to influence one of these. To get them to be more powerful. But I don't think we need to do that right now either. Anything else I'm forgetting before we maybe unpause this episode? I think we might. Unpause that is. We do have our own missions. We should definitely have a look at that. We have to be the strongest trade power in Genoa, which we are right now. And province trade power needs to be 60, which it's not. Our province trade power. What is it? Province trade power. It is 59.6. Oh no, not our trade power from provinces in the node needs to be 60, but the Genovan province trade power. Wherever it is, here it is. It's 52.5 right now. We need it to be 60. That can be done, obviously. Development will do it. A market would probably do it. A market would certainly do it. Yeah, not too hard to do. We get a bunch of claims on overseas things. Well, mostly Italian and Tunis. Conquer Tunis. Okay, this is going to take me to a way that I want to take anyway. Keep going into Africa. Greece and Gibraltar. That we cannot do. We're not allowed to get into the severe trade node. So that's a no. What about here? Pulverize Pisa. I mean, yes. We need to own Pisa, which is in Florence. Atom power and sailors. Claim on the Western Med Islands. Okay. All we need is a larger fleet than Aragon. Seize Sardinia. And then the question of Spain. then we need to throw the Spanish, therefore the Aragonese in this case, out of our land. And we need to be the strongest trade power in Valencia. Which technically we're allowed to do, and we probably do want to do. We are allowed to do it, right? Let me quickly check. Obviously trade notes. Do not expand in Sevilla, Bordeaux, English Channel, North Sea. Yeah, so we can take Valencia. So we can do this. Purely free commerce. Okay, build a big trade league. Ally all neighboring countries or be bigger than them. All rivals need to have smaller armies than we do, so we have to be a bit careful there, rivaling people. We want to do this first. Higher development than everybody else. Mare Nostrum, I suppose, is extra Mare Nostrum? No. Yes. No country has a port on the Mediterranean Sea and more galleys than we do. That means both of these conditions must be true. So no country that has a port on the Mediterranean Sea has more galleys than we do. So building a bunch of galleys will do fine for that. And we need to be powerful in a lot of trade nodes. 6 trade nodes bordering on the Mediterranean or the Black Sea. That might be possible with our rules. We take Ragusa, Constantinople, Aleppo, Alexandria, and Tunis or something? Sure. Crimea would even work. What do we get for it? I mean, not a lot. But until the end of the game, I mean, that's kind of powerful. And then finally, question of empire. Leave the HRE. One of the following. Not part of the HRE, or it's 1500 and Austria, like the emperor likes this and is allied with us. Okay. Feast in Ferrara, so I guess we take Ferrara. Gain claims. Okay. This looks like a pretty powerful mission tree. But not something we have to concern ourselves with it right now. Let's speed up to speed 4, let's say. And unpause. Wait until our diplomat's back here. And have another quick look at alliances. Anybody green that sticks out to me? Not really. I mean, Venice, sure. It's not weak. Feels like we should be rivals, but right now we are not. And they bring 18,000 troops and they bring the navy. I think I'll be fine allying you, Venice. Any powerful rivals? No. Byzantium, I mean, that's okay. Let's ally these people for now. And then I'll still be somewhat interested in doing an alliance with Aragon, I think. It does require us to use a diplomat for a while, which I'm not a big fan of. But maybe not for too long. I'm going to improve here. Should be able to marry them quite quickly. Ah, but we can't marry, can we? No. So it won't be that quick. Fine. Unpause. Simulate rival against Byzantium. Oh, do we want to focus on anything? Oh, we wanted to buy people for sure. Yeah, look at that money going down, way down. Now, my trade node value has changed a bit. Yeah, English channel went up. Gee. So we immediately would have lost if it was 1500 yet. So we have work to do. Certainly do. I was still making a bunch of money. I want that marketplace. I also want that Pike Square. That makes me think I'm not focusing on anything, but I might buy a guy. Could buy an improved relations guy. Make that alliance with the Aragonese a bit quicker. Don't actually utterly hate it. I do want to put some money in the bank. Speaking of putting money in the bank, I have a fort somewhere in Genoa itself. Let's not pay for that. Certainly an argument to be made for not even having this fort. It is hills though, that's pretty nice. It's our capital, that's why I'm thinking we can just drop it. Oh, trade leagues. Right. If we let these guys just go, then they're gonna all be in trade leagues, and we wanna have people on our own trade league. We forgot about that. Within minutes. I don't want to invite Luca because I want to eat them, I think. But I'm fine taking Siena, Saluzzo, whoever else we can get, I guess. All league members join defensive wars. Each member agrees to transfer trade power to its leader. Yes. I am the leader. Why is it red? I must have 50 prestige to continue... Oh, minus 50 to continue leading the trade league. Okay. The help will become even richer. Indeed. Let's grab Saluzzo. And we can't not eat Lucca for now, but it kind of blocks my way to Florence. And I want to eat Florence. So... Theodoro. I mean, maybe. It does put me at risk, but Theodoro shouldn't be a place that the Ottomans are attacking directly. Crimea might, but Crimea is not as scary. I guess I will do this. Then the only actual option you give me is... Who? 14 days. Takes a while to come home from Theodoro. Ottomans influencing AQ. Here we go. So there's Lucca. Why can't I do nobody else? It's already in a trade league. We only have one province. Ah, okay. We can only have a trade league with people that we share a node with. Do I invite Lucca? But I'm spying on Lucca. Did they find friends? Savoy. Savoy might actually be okay to tackle with. Yeah, I don't think I'm inviting Lucca. And I... Oh. How odd. They became a subject and had to leave. I guess that's an event subject thing. Oh, they just became a tributary. That's enough to make them leave. Unfortunate. So Trebizond doesn't seem like a place. Ragusa might be a thing at some point. I was doing what? I was buttering up the Aragonese, who now have too many diplomatic relations, so we're not gonna ally up anytime soon. Let's not continue to pursue that kind of thing. Hungary no longer wants to. Why do they suddenly not want to? Question is, do I want to? Do you find any good friends? Are you allied to Austria? I mean, Lithuania. Ah! While big, they're almost certainly gonna be part of the Commonwealth soon, and then you will find yourself without an ally there. Your rival to Poland. I don't want to be dragged into that kind of war. Not into it. Maybe we're safe enough with France on our side for now. And then something else might come up. Yeah, this list does not look helpful. Denmark? Might be possible. Not that they're going to be helpful in wars, but they are a powerful deterrent. So we could look at buttering up Denmark, or we just do more fabricating, which I don't mind either. Spying in Lucca. Do you have any friends, Florence? Yeah, the Pope. Wait, did I miss... Isn't Florence always getting disbarred by the Pope? I thought they were. Let's see, maybe that still happens, which I assume breaks the alliance. which case we might be fine here. I'm gonna go ahead and make a claim just in case. Now, expanding in Italy doesn't help us much. Yeah. There goes Lithuania. Crimea rivaled me. I might as well rival Crimea back. Don't really see why not. The reason I don't think that expanding in Italy helps me much is that it's not going to increase the value of this trade node at all. Milan and Provence also rivaled me. How powerful is Milan? You have a lot of friends. And you're powerful. Don't like it. Influencing Navarra. So where else could we expand, right? See, oh, I wanted to spy on Byzantium, maybe, right? Let's try that. Maybe it's more important than Florence. We might not be able to do anything here. The Byzantines might be eaten by the Ottomans before we can do anything about it. They're allied to Serbia, which is not the end of the world. They have 13 ships. That's not great. But we'll see. We will see. But we won't see this episode, so thank you folks so much for watching. Like what you're seeing. Please do let me know in that comment section. Also hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Be sure to let me know if I missed something important about your campaign idea, of course. Or any addendums you might have to it. I guess I'm just going to restate it again. If we fail to ever be the most powerful trade node after 1500, this campaign is over. It's just done. I mean, you have to be more powerful than these, I believe, right? That's the rule. No, we must be the most wealthy trade node in the world. So, if we fail that, we're done. It's over. We're doing something else. Or restarting, depending on when it happens. Anyway, thank you folks for watching, and see you next time. Also, what the I mean, I guess. Thank you for watching.